Hey, so I'm here today to talk to you guys about kitchen renovations and many of the most common questions that clients and customers have when they come to us for a kitchen renovation. So, all we're going to do is try to shed some light on solutions and answers to these questions to help you have a successful kitchen renovation. So, let's get to it. All right. So, total cost number one, customers typically want to know, what is this going to cost me? A kitchen renovation can range anywhere from $15,000 to well over $100,000. There's a lot that goes into this question and what the cost of your kitchen renovation is going to cost. So, we're going to be looking at materials, layout, and design, and also all the items that go into making sure that your kitchen is, completed successfully. So that goes into the cost. We're going to be looking at what's in the quote for your kitchen. So we want to make sure, is the demo in there? Is any plumbing that's needed in there? Moving of the plumbing and drains. The electrical, any electrical that's needed. A lot of times we're adding outlets, putting additional lighting in, and changing a lot of the electrical for the new kitchen layout. We want to look at permits and inspections, making sure that you're getting proper permits and inspections filed and completed. Design and layout. This is a big one. We want to make sure that we're taking the proper measures to make sure we're pre-planning for your kitchen renovation and everything is going to be successful from beginning to end. And we want to do that in the pre-planning process, not during the kitchen remodel, to help save you cost. And debris removal. So obviously those are some of the items that are going into the quote. We want to make sure everything's in there and you're getting the proper price from the beginning. So timeline. Customers will often ask us, how long is this going to take? So everybody wants to know, how long am I going to be without my kitchen? Well, this is kind of a loaded question. It could be anywhere from maybe 3 weeks to well over, maybe 11 weeks, depending on the size of your kitchen, what all is being done with the space. Are we moving walls? Are we changing the layouts? And, and basically all the different items are going into performing your project. So people will also ask us, can I have, can I live in my house when my kitchen is being remodeled? Or am I going to be able to cook or, be able to wash dishes? And what we typically try to say is we typically do is we set up a small area with maybe a microwave, possibly a sink. We can put your stove sometimes, and we can set up kind of a small area for you to be able to cook some light meals and be able to perform some of your daily tasks that you would typically in your kitchen. And then also you can get your stove and some of your appliances back part of the way through the renovation. So we want to be looking at, those items in your timeline. Layout and design for your kitchen. This is a big one. We want to make sure that, many companies out there miss the mark on this. So bathroom renovations and kitchen renovations are not the same thing. Just because a company can do bathroom renovations does not mean that they can perform proper and successful kitchen renovations. We see it time and time again. They can complete them, but a lot of times they miss things in the pre-planning process, and the project is not a complete success, in my opinion, because it's not thought out properly, and somebody that doesn't have the experience with kitchen renovations is doing some of the pre-planning. So you want to make sure that you're getting optimizing the space that you're going to be utilizing your kitchen for, and that you're ending up with the best layout and design for the space that you have. So, and many times for us, we find out this is moving walls, changing layouts, and it just ends up being a better project at the end. So people will also ask with the design layout, hey, should we, sometimes they'll ask, should we repaint, reface, or replace our cabinets? We typically find that replacing cabinets is the best end result. And yes, it might be slightly more costly, but refacing and repainting cabinets is typically a subpar product. And in the end, it's just not as nice as replacing it and being able to kind of revamp the space, change the cabinet design layouts, and give you the best functionality for your kitchen space. People will also ask, what materials should we be using? I mean, obviously, we want to make sure in the kitchen we're using durable materials that are waterproof or water resistant, and obviously items that are going to be, maintenance free or low maintenance. So, there's definitely some things that we want to be looking at just to make sure that your kitchen will hold up to the test of time. So, and finally, people will typically ask us, who's going to be showing up to the job to complete the kitchen. So you want to make sure that you're going to do contractor vetting, that you're going to check to see who's going to be working in your home, that that they're qualified and that they're going to help be a part of the project and it's going to be a success in the end. So you want to check and make sure, do they have history doing kitchen remodels? Just because they've done 6 or 8 bathrooms does not mean they are a qualified kitchen remodeler. That doesn't mean that they're, They have the proper expertise to complete a successful project for you. So, and you want to check pictures and reviews of the person that's going to be, completing the work for you in your home. So yeah, those are kind of some things that basically would help for you to have a successful kitchen remodel, and some of the questions that are commonly asked. So people are looking at cost and making sure you want to make sure everything's in the quote for your project. They're looking at timeline, how long it's going to take. Am I going to be able to live without my kitchen while it's, being remodeled? They're going to look at You're going to look at layout and design and making sure that you're doing all the proper pre-planning to give you a successful project. And ultimately, in the end, you also want to make sure that you're hiring somebody that's qualified to complete your kitchen renovation, because it's not just a bathroom and it's not just a space in your, house that's not going to be used that often. The kitchen is one of your most commonly used spaces, and it has a lot of features, and it can be an awesome space for you and your family if done right. So, we want to make sure you're hiring a professional. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. If it did, please like, comment, and share, and we'll see you again soon. See ya.